CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. Floodwaters continuing to pose a problem tonight across the north. Greater Sudbury now the latest municipality to declare a state of emergency with several areas under threat of rising water. CTV's Amanda Hicks starts us off tonight.
Rob Pappen and his family are busy moving their belongings after flooding claimed the main floor of their Naughton home.
It's never been this bad. In 2023 it was bad, but not this bad. And in 2002 it was a little bit better than this, but we didn't get water in the house. This is the first year since we've been here that we actually have water in the house now.
Declaring a state of emergency.
That sense of urgency was the catalyst for a media briefing this afternoon held by Mayor Paul Lefebvre, Emergency Services and Conservation Sudbury.
Declaring a state of emergency gives the tools to the team to address this and make sure support evacuees if necessary. Put in the measures to make sure that we have the resources available to address that.
Conservation Sudbury says recent water levels have hit historic highs.
In the Whitson River recently this weekend was flows in that river that exceeded the 100-year flow or the 100-year flood, and then also the Timmins flood. And so those are important benchmarks in our line of work. And so we haven't seen those exceeded in a very long time.
Fire Services says the flooding has presented unique challenges for emergency services, including rescuing 2 people last night after their vehicle got stranded on a water-covered road.
The really key message is don't drive over any water-covered road. It may only look like a couple of inches of water, but that road could have washed out underneath. There could be debris. So don't drive over any water. Stay away from swollen creek beds and rivers. And in general, you know, people have a curiosity about this, so they're naturally trying to get a look at the rising waters, and what we really need is the opposite.
Pappen, meanwhile, says he is grateful he left when he did.
My hope too is just that everybody stays safe. I think that everybody needs to listen to emergency personnel when they're saying, you know, it's time to leave. So please, if you're told to leave, please leave.
With warmer weather in the forecast, Conservation Sudbury is expecting water levels to rise over the next 2 weeks. Officials are urging residents in low-lying areas to be prepared to leave if necessary. You can check for daily updates on their website or social media pages. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
The North Bay Parry Sound District Health Unit is reminding those in affected flood areas to test their water if they rely on private drinking water systems. According to Public Health, major weather events like heavy rain and flooding can overwhelm soil filtration, and harmful bacteria can get into the wells and cistern systems. Free water sample bottles are available through Public Health and can be picked up and dropped off in Burkes Falls, Parry Sound, North Bay, and Sturgeon Falls. The municipality of French River is in need of volunteers to fill sandbags as it continues to deal with encroaching water. More than 4,000 bags have already been handed out to homes under threat, and they only have a few hundred on standby. The community is expecting to see more water towards the end of the week. Officials are still strongly asking people to be prepared. Interested people are being encouraged to show up at the Albin Fire Hall daily at 8:30 in the morning or 1 p.m. You're also being asked to bring a shovel. A safety tutorial will be provided. In other news, human remains have been found in a field near Kapuskasing. According to the OPP, there is no threat to public safety at this time. Preliminary information suggests it's an isolated incident. The Criminal Investigations Branch and forensics have been called in to take over the scene. A push is underway to secure major federal funding to expand Highways 11 and 17 in the north. Provincial politicians have now joined in, calling for the routes to be designated projects of national interest. CTV's Lydia Chubak reports.
And modernization of Highways 11.
Timiskaming Cochrane MPP John Vantoff brought forward a motion asking the province to work with the federal government to declare Highways 11 and 17 projects of national significance.
Northerners were shocked and insulted when the project of national significance was the tunnel under the 401. And why? Because not discounting the traffic in the 401 and the importance of the 401, but from my riding, it's 10 times more likely to die in my riding on 11 than it is for anyone to die on the 401.
Two Conservative ministers, George Pirie and Prabmeet Sakaria, are also calling on the federal government to fast-track progress on Highways 11 and 17. They've written to the federal transport minister asking these projects to be accelerated. They say the highways are critical to economic security, domestic supply chains, and defense readiness. Premier Doug Ford agrees and says the highways need to be safer and more reliable. But Vantoff says a motion would carry more weight.
If the government thinks that a letter to the feds is going to solve this problem and take the heat off, they're very, very wrong.
The Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities says it's encouraged to see the province highlighting the national importance of Highways 11 and 17. In a joint statement with the Northern Ontario Municipal Association, Northern leaders say Highways 11 and 17 must be shared priorities between the provincial and federal governments.
If this whole project is $7 billion, certainly we can get through it in 10 years. I mean, really, it's coming together and seeing how we can make this work, and I think we can. It's just about connecting people and governments, and we're going to facilitate that and make it work.
Vantoff acknowledges a motion can't force government action, but he hopes it would help achieve a shared goal. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
And late tonight, in a rare moment of working across the floor, we can report Vantoff's motion to modernize Highways 11 and 17 as a project of national significance passed. No word yet from the OPP following a serious crash this afternoon on the Highway 17 bypass in Sudbury. Investigators closed the major roadway between Highway 69 and the Kingsway around 2 this afternoon. At last word, police could confirm it involved 2 vehicles and told drivers to expect a lengthy closure. It later opened just before 9 tonight. A Sault Ste. Marie judge has handed down his sentence in a child abduction case that happened in Thessalon in 2023. CTV's Corey Nordstrom has the latest from the courthouse.
Manoj Govind Balanikam, the man charged with abducting a Thessalon child, is being sentenced to 18 months behind bars. The decision was rendered today by Justice Michael Varpio here at the Sault Ste. Marie Courthouse, where he says this sentence aims to send a clear message to both the 37-year-old perpetrator and society, with a focus on denunciation and deterrence. Defense for the former realtor had argued previously that the situation was a cultural misunderstanding, also saying that an extended sentence may impact Govind Balanikam's ability to stay in the country. Justice Varpio rejected both, stating that the guilty party has been in Canada for 12 years and is educated enough to know Canadian cultural norms. The judge made clear that Govind Balanikam's risk of deportation was not a factor in his decision. The 37-year-old had used promises of ice cream and a fidget spinner to lure the boy into his car, which the Crown viewed as grooming. However, Justice Varpio said he was not presented with any evidence suggesting a sexual intent as part of the abduction. In addition to the 18-month prison sentence, Govind Balanikam will be on probation for 3 years following his release. He also has a non-contact order with the victim, a DNA order, a weapons prohibition, and must attend counseling. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
There's a push underway in North Bay to have police board meetings live streamed so people can learn more about decisions made by elected officials and police leaders. CTV's Eric Tashner reports.
I'm here today to make a formal recommendation.
Melanie Demers is all for accountability and transparency.
I'm also an advocate for accessibility.
Having a sociology background, Demers has a keen interest in politics. She attended her first board meeting and was given a chance to present the case to members to have the meetings more available to the public.
The message from the Ombudsman, and this is a direct quote, is when in doubt, open the meeting.
Demers argues taxpayers want up-to-date information on where and how their money is being spent. The board meeting is open to the public to attend in person, and the agenda is posted online. But Demers argues not everyone can be there to hear from community leaders.
In fact, the Ombudsman of Ontario does recommend that the board meetings are live streamed.
It's been done in other communities, and it's been done in other communities where I was a police chief.
Demers has learned police board meetings are live streamed in several cities in southern Ontario.
And it's been very successful.
The North Bay Police Board already has a Zoom capability set up. Demers sees it as a chance to open the meeting up at the end for a question and answer period with members of the public.
Incorporate the feedback from the residents that are chatting and use it to improve their services.
Board member and Deputy Mayor Maggie Horsfield agreed with the concept, saying she would vote in favor for a live stream option if a motion is tabled.
We can definitely talk to the police service staff about having that link published for folks to be able to tune in.
In Sudbury, anyone can attend meetings in person or virtually, and the recordings are published online. The Timmins Police Services Board does not live stream its meetings. However, each meeting link is accessible to the public upon request. And in the Soo, board meetings are open and anyone wishing to attend is asked to contact the board administrator for the link. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Also at the meeting, North Bay's police board is giving almost $300,000 back to the city after reporting more than a $1 million surplus in its budget. The police chief updated the board today that the surplus is now a little over $2.5 million. Finding an additional $1.3 million, the board agreed to set aside $1 million into the police purposes reserve account and give $284,000 back to the city.
We want to be good community partners. We recognize the tax base has seen significant strains on the taxpayer in this community, so we want to do our part.
With the successful applications of additional grants that weren't in line with when the budget was put forward, as we know, we're only finding out about it now, just with how it aligns with the provincial budget. Those funds are what's really making up the rest of that increase.
Chief Longworth notes the entire surplus was driven by vacancies the police service couldn't fill and through grant funding it received. Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast. For now, a look at the current conditions, and it is a lot warmer than it was yesterday, and it is, spoiler alert, going to be a nice one tomorrow. 7 degrees in Parry Sound at North Bay. That is the hot spot. I think -2 in Wawa is probably the coldest. We're seeing a lot of clear skies. We'll have details after the break.
Lots of sunshine in our forecast for the Northeast. We've got a tinge of precipitation Friday, possibly Saturday. We'll check out the numbers momentarily. Our forecast radar from Environment Canada looking pretty good right now. So again, let's keep our fingers crossed. And I know some of you will really enjoy the sunshine. There's that tinge of precipitation, as I mentioned earlier. So again, the chance on Friday and some shower activity comes Saturday. 7-day forecast, Sudbury, Nickel Belt, sunshine and 14 tomorrow. Sun and cloud Thursday at 11. Chance of showers, here we go, Friday, and chance of showers again on Saturday, 11 and 10 your highs. Sunday, sun and cloud 13, 15 on Monday with the sun and cloud. That's above normal at 11 for this time of the year. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma 13, sunny skies for tomorrow, some cloud covered. Bit of an interruption on Thursday at 11. Sun and cloud again on Friday at 11. Chance of showers Saturday, 60%, only 5. Then Sunday, we've got sun and cloud. Monday, sun and cloud. Your highs 11 and 13. How about Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing? Looking real good. Mainly sunny tomorrow at 10. 8 on Thursday, some sun and cloud. Friday, sunny skies. Saturday, sunshine. 10, 11 degrees, your daytime highs. Sunday, sun and cloud. 13, 15 on Monday. You'll like that. Sun and cloud. Once again, that's 5 degrees above your normal. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake. Get a load of this. 4 consecutive days of sunshine, 13, 10, 11, and 12. Can you do any better than that? I think not. Sunday, we've got sun and cloud, 13. 16 Monday with the sun and cloud. Again, way above the normal for this time of the year, which sits at around 11 degrees. Even your evening temperatures are quite enjoyable. So, you know, spring is starting to gain a little momentum here. Now we'll take a look and see what's happening in, North Bay, West Nipissing. Sunny skies for tomorrow, 15. 10 on Thursday, sun and cloud. Friday, chance of showers at 11. Again, chance of showers on Saturday at 12. 13 Sunday, sun and cloud. Monday, sun and cloud all the way up to 17. Normally, you should be sitting at 12. So, Ian, we talked about sunshine. We talked about warmer temperatures. We talked about maybe just a little bit of rain. It's quite the combination we've got going for the next couple of days. So I want you to enjoy it to the extreme. Back to you on the desk.
I'll take the sun. Thanks, Rick. Well, some incredible body cam footage has been released by provincial police in Sault Ste. Marie of a winter rescue after a wildlife photographer got lost on Whitefish Island.
What's going on? So my friend, she went exploring down here. Now she called me. She's went off trail. Now she's missing down here.
Officers arrived to help the 40-year-old woman, but the snow was too deep to walk her out, and she had lost a boot in the snow. Police called in fire services with a sled to pull her to safety. She was suffering from hypothermia and frostbite, but police say it could have been much worse if she'd not been found when she had been. The woman agreed to let OPP release the video in the hopes others will learn from her experience and stay safe on wintry trails. Also at Queen's Park, there is more turbulence around the province's purchase of a private jet. Doug Ford saying today he believes the government should have a jet, but he won't reconsider his decision to sell it in the wake of widespread backlash. CTV Siobhan Morris has the latest.
5 days after a shaky landing for the Premier on the purchase of a jet for government business, Doug Ford says he's sorry. Not for buying the $29 million plane.
I apologize for not communicating it properly. I still feel it was a right decision.
The Premier feels he's convinced more Ontarians of that. But he won't be making a double U-turn and keeping the 10-year-old Challenger. It's still for sale, even though he feels
it's kind of embarrassing that a province our size, geographically and economically, that we have no government plane.
Doug Ford's news conference baffled the opposition.
I don't think he gets it yet. And the reason he doesn't is because he is so out of touch with the people of this province.
The Premier confirms his cabinet endorsed the big buy unanimously.
It just shows you how out of touch and out of control and tired and worn out that this government is.
The Premier insists the jet wasn't for him alone. He envisioned the 12-seater being used to move firefighters or victims of disaster.
I want to evacuate the elder, the children or whatever. I know it's small, but if you can take 2 or 3 trips real quick.
A justification opposition leaders see as pure spin.
This jet can't even land at Billy Bishop Airport in downtown Toronto. How's it going to service Northern Ontario?
The Premier does have access to OPP planes, but Ford says they aren't always available. And the turboprop?
You can sit there and put your arm on the other side and touch the plane, and you're bouncing up and down, and I'm praying to God that we land. It's terrifying.
Ford says flying commercial gets complicated with flight delays and cancellations and security concerns from his OPP detail.
Guy got into the rocket field, and next thing you know, he's calling me names at 30,000 feet in the air.
No excuse, says Marit Stiles.
Well, grow up. You're the Premier of the province. You don't think I get hassled occasionally? Big whoop. Big whoop. This is a privileged position that we have been given. A position opposition leaders don't believe the Premier is taking seriously. The Premier believes the province can get its money back, sell the jet for the same amount it was purchased for. He says he won't lay out details of how we got here until after that sale is made. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
North Bay Parry Sound District Health Unit says its first alert earlier this month. Since that drug alert, it's seen another 13 opioid-related overdoses across the districts. Of the 13 overdoses spanning from April 6th to April 17th, one of them was fatal. The specific substances being used include fentanyl, prescription opioids, and unknown drugs. Public Health Sudbury and District says children in the catchment area are over 93% vaccinated. Data collected as part of Ontario's annual review under Immunization of School Pupils Act shows positive immunization trends in their service area. The data shows the highest immunization rate is for rubella at nearly 96%, with whooping cough on the lowest end at 93%. As part of its strategy to prevent or mitigate post-traumatic stress, the Greater Sudbury Police Service is expanding its spiritual team. The spiritual team is just one of many programs and services available to address member wellness. A new wellness coordinator now provides mental health support to members when needed, which could include an incident debriefing coordinator, a psychologist, or even fitness and nutritional guidance.
I think very often in crises, it is that faith issue that brings light to darkness, and that is really important. And you know what? That's not in a budget, that's not in dollars or cents, that's not in equipment, that's really helping truly the wellness and the well-being of that individual.
Lougheed says clergy on the spiritual team also perform ceremonies like weddings and funerals for police members and families. Work has resumed on dismantling the super stack in Copper Cliff, and a Valcairn resident has shared some footage of Valley's undertaking. The mining company confirmed work is underway on the top of the super stack as shown in the videos La Croix drone services shared with CTV News. Valley says it's dependent on the weather, but the current phase is expected to be completed in the coming weeks. However, crews will continue on dismantling towards the end of May. Still ahead tonight on CTV News. We'll head to the Sudbury Arena where R5 had their backs against the wall. We'll have more on Game 3 after this. Their backs against the wall. The Sudbury 5 had a tough task ahead of them. It was do or die. And the 5 did not disappoint in front of the hometown crowd, easily maintaining a 20-point lead through most of the game. The 5 move ahead with the win, moving the series to 2 games to 1 in favor of Kitchener. The Basketball Super League also announcing 5 players: Alex Kotov as Rookie of the Year and Charlie Markhart as MVP. Final score tonight: Sudbury 122, Kitchener Waterloo 106. Game number 4 will be in Sudbury next Monday night. Fans and coach alike telling CTV News tonight they're optimistic about Sudbury's chances.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. They will win the next one at home too, and then pull off the win in KW.
Oh, I think they're good. They're good. They're on. They get on a roll, and that's it, man. We've got our beat.
They're good. The team, we got the team. They just got to stay focused and keep trying.
Coming off a championship, we're in these type of games all season, so it's not something that's new to us, not something that's new to the guys. This type of pressure we're really used to, so we're comfortable in it.
Meanwhile, over in the NOJHL, the Sudbury Cubs are 1 win away from once again becoming league champs and moving on to the Centennial Cup. The Cubs shut out the Timmins Rock tonight at the MAC 3-0. Game 4 is tomorrow night in Timmins. Algoma University today announcing a new 4-year Bachelor of Arts in Music honors. It makes Algoma one of only 2 universities in Northern Ontario to offer a 4-year honors music degree. It'll start this fall and expand on the existing 3-year degree. It also comes at a time where other Northern institutions have made cuts to the arts. Applications for the program are currently open. Royal Canadian Legion Branch 76 in Sudbury presented a $10,000 check today to the Health Sciences North Foundation. Members say over the years, the Legion has donated more than $200,000 to the hospital foundation. The money came from last year's Poppy campaign. Officials with the HSN Foundation say the donation will go towards buying equipment to help in diagnosing throat cancers.
This all comes from the Poppy campaign. We can't thank the people of Greater Sudbury enough. They have been very generous, and they help us continue to support our veterans and families.
It's incumbent upon all branches of the Royal Canadian Legion to hold these funds in trust and to let the public know where the money is being spent. And I can't think of a better cause to spend the money than to spend it to HSN Cancer Foundation.
This long-standing relationship continues to support and take care of the community in so many ways. Their Poppy campaign that they do every year has supported us so many times over.
Young says the Legion hopes to continue donating to the HSN Foundation. Well, it's been 1 week since Yes Theater's latest production hit the stage, and the cast and crew say they feel a huge weight lifted off their shoulders. The sci-fi narrative of the play is accompanied by 90s rock, composed and written by Anton Lipovetsky. The play is set in 1996 in BC and follows 2 siblings navigating the mysterious disappearance of their father.
We've experienced this from the very, very beginning, right? It started as just an outreach of, hey, does anyone have a musical they want to write? Let's commission it, let's work, let's give them the resources. And this has been 5 years in the making.
Deeth says it's been nerve-wracking because audience members have no prior knowledge of the storyline, but he's happy to see how the community has trusted Yes Theater. The production has also been extended until May 2nd. Finally, for us tonight, it was a special moment today for North Bay's Sikh community. April is Sikh Heritage Month in the city. As a result, there was a flag raising at City Hall's Leger Square. Mayor Peter Chirico was on hand as the Sikh culture, traditions, and contributions were celebrated. According to Statistics Canada 2021 census, roughly 100 of the 52,000 residents are of Sikh heritage. Glad to see they had great weather for it. That takes us to the end of our newscast this Tuesday night. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, ctvnewsnorthernontario.ca. You can also download our CTV News app. Our region's going through a lot right now with water and weather. Make sure you keep an eye out for your neighbors. Until tomorrow, thanks for watching. Good night.